Good morning to everyone. Let's start today's session. This is the first session of Python plus Django. And before going to start introduction to Python, I would like to discuss about session details. So in this course is completely related to Python and Django. I'm going to teach you complete Python with Django. Okay. So Python is a programming language. Python is a programming language. Python is a programming language which is used for writing coding part for application development. Django is Django is a web development framework. Django is a web development framework which completely written using Python only. So Python is a programming language and Django is a web development framework completely. Okay. I'm going to teach you Python programming language along with Django. According to your requirement, if you want to go through Python plus Django package, or else you can go through only Python, for example. So some programmers requirement is only Python. They want to learn only Python, not for Django. But I strongly recommend to become a good programmer in Python or to get a job related to Python web developer. So I strongly recommend to learn Python as well as Django. Okay. So Django is a web development framework. So if you want to design websites or if you want to develop web applications, then Django is compulsory required. But if you want to learn Django, compulsory Python is required. Python is a prerequisite for Django learning process. Because if you don't know about Python, then you cannot go with Django. Okay. Python is a programming language which is used to write coding part for application development, which is used to write coding part or logic part, coding part, which is used to write coding part for application development, we can say that. Yes, Python is completely programming language which is used to write coding part for application development, which is used to write coding part for application development. Which is used to write coding part for application development. But Django is what? It is a web development framework which is used to design web pages or websites. Yes, websites. Web pages or websites only completely. Okay. So even if you are going to learn Django, compulsory Python is required. Without Python, we cannot go for Django. It is a web development framework. I'm telling you in our course, I'm going to teach you two things, Python completely and Django completely. For Python course, I'm going to take 45 days. First 45 days, I'm going to cover Python. Okay, Python complete programming language. First 45 days, I'm going to cover. Next 45 days, I'm going to cover Django. Okay, Django, 45 days it will take. So total duration is 90 days. So if you spend 90 days, then Python and Django I'm going to teach you. So you will become a Python web developer. Okay, Python web developer. Or else according to your requirement, sir, only you need Python means only you can go through Python. Already if you know Python, then you only if you want Django, then you can go for Django. No issues at all. Okay. So, but first initially I'll start Python only. That is 45 days. After 45 days completion Python learning, then we'll start Django again for 45 days. And the session timing is it is fixed time every day morning 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And every session is going to be recorded. Same recorded video I'll send to your Google Drive. Okay. And moreover, along with the recording video, and I'll send soft copy of material also. I have clear material, soft copy of material, Python plus Django session wise is there. So I'll send to that document also clear. So total duration of this Python plus Django package course is 90 days. First Python, only Python, it will take 45 days. Django, it will take 45 days. Okay, both are 90 days only I'm going to take. Next, these are the introduction part, what I'm going to cover exactly. related to course details and every day session time is 1 hour, that is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. fixed. Okay. Now let me give some introduction of Python. First we'll start with Python. Once we complete Python after 45 days, then we'll start with Django. And moreover, you can see I'm going to cover in Django HTML basics plus CSS basics plus JavaScript basics and jQuery basics and Bootstrap basics also I'm going to cover in Django web development process. Why? Because every web developer, they must and should aware at least basics of these UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. You know very well, without UI technology knowledge, basic knowledge, we cannot design any web pages or websites. To design web pages or websites using Django framework along with Python script, compulsory you should have a minimum knowledge of this HTML UI technologies, user interface technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. I'm going to give basic idea of this, how much it is required to develop our Django applications. That much content I'm going to deliver related to this UI technologies also. But not now. When I start Django, I'm going to cover this also. But right now my focus is completely on Python only. So right now I'm going to start with Python introduction here. So first of all, what is Python? So you are going to learn Python, you must and should aware what is exactly Python. Generally, Python is a programming language. Yes, Python is a programming language which is used to write coding part for application development, as I said. Now, what type of programming language it is? Python is a general purpose. Python is a general purpose programming language. What is the meaning of general purpose? If general purpose programming languages means using that language, we can develop any type of applications like desktop applications, web applications, database applications, network based applications, still so on. So many applications we can develop because Python is designed and developed for general purpose. General purpose means you can use Python script for any type of application development. Okay, this is a general purpose programming language. Python is not designed for specific purpose. If it is a specific purpose, then what we can say, using that Python only we can develop specific kind of application. But it is not a specific, it is a general purpose. You can use Python script for any application development. Next one is Python is a high level programming language. High level programming language means if it is high level programming language, so as a programmer, while working with Python, no need to concentrate on low level activities. So being a programmer, we are not required to concentrate on low level activities like memory management and security and etc. Because memory management and security will take care internally by Python itself only. It's a high level programming language. Okay, it is a programmer friendly language. Next, Python is interpreted based programming language. Interpreter. Interpreter and compiler. Some differences are there. I'll tell you what are the differences. But make sure that Python is an interpreter based programming language. What is this? Interpreter based. Suppose here interpreted and compiler based programming languages. These are interpreted based programming languages like Python, JavaScript, compiler based programming languages, compiler based programming like C++, Java, C Sharp.NET. These are all compiler based programming languages. What is the main difference between interpreter and compiler? Simple. Interpreter means when we write code in Python or JavaScript, it will check line by line and execute. How much code you have written, no matter. But if it is interpreter language, it will check line by line code and execute. That is interpreter. When it comes to compiler, it will check whole program at a time. For example, 50 lines of code you have written, and 50 lines of code whole program at a time it will check. That is in compilation. But in interpretation, 50 lines code will not check. One by one line will check and execute. That is Python interpreter based. And also, interpreter will give result line by line. But for compiler, it gives whole output at a time. compilers will give what? Whole output at a time. If any error occur, okay, if any error occurs, interpreter stops the execution. Interpreter stops the execution and it shows only that line error only. Only one error we will notice when we write code in Python or JavaScript. But when it comes to compiler, you might be noticed that C++, Java, C#, .NET programming part, how many number of errors will be there, that many errors will be noticed, like 5 errors, 10 errors, because whole program at a time it will check, no, in compilation. In compilation, if any errors occur, okay, that will show all errors, how many number of errors are there out of all lines of code. And next, one more thing, interpreter will not generate any executable file, whereas compiler, after successful compilation, if there is no errors, then it will generate an executable file separately. Okay. Now, next, interpreter, it always execute only source code of Python, but interpreter compiler will execute it execute exe file only, because it will have executable file. This will generate executable file. Compiler will execute executable file only. So these are the differences between compiler and interpreter. So I'm saying that Python is interpreter based programming language. Due to this reason, I can say compared to other languages like C, C++, Java, C#, .NET, execution speed wise somewhat little bit slow when compared to other languages. Python programming execution speed is little bit slow. I'm saying that when compared to other languages. Okay, because of interpreter only. So Python is a general purpose, high level, interpreted, and next dynamically typed programming language. This is important, dynamically typed. What is dynamically typed here? What is dynamically typed or statically typed? Dynamically typed programming language, we can say that. Dynamically typed. Dynamically typed or statically typed. These are all dynamically typed. JavaScript or Python is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed. Then C, C++, Java, all these things are statically typed. Statically typed. What is the difference between dynamically typed and statically typed? Suppose look at here, whenever I'm trying to declare any variable in Python, so no need to give any data type. Directly you can say variable name equals to value. That's it. Variable name A, value is 10. That's it. But when it comes to statically typed like compiler based languages like C, C++, Java, so if you want to declare any variable, compulsory data type of the variable we have to use, variable name equals to value, data type is integer, variable name A, value is 10 only, like this one. Understand? This is the case. So int data type, A is variable name, value is 10 only. Then semicolon is required here. But here no semicolon, only just variable name equals to value we have to specify. So why? The reason is it is a dynamically typed programming language. Python is a dynamically programming language. Dynamically typed. Meaning is what? Based on your value, data type will be assigned for your A variable. Based on the value, data type is assigned for A variable only. Internally, Python will decide what type of data type of A based on its value only. But in compiler based languages like C, C++, Java, C#, .NET, these are all statically typed. So while writing program or while declaring variable only, you have to decide a data type of variable. So data type, variable name equals to values, that is, understand? Data type, variable name, A value equals to 10. This is compulsory. If we don't declare any data type, then it will give error in this case. But in Python, if you declare any data type, like, it will give error, syntactical error. According to Python syntax, this is wrong. You should not give any data type. Only you should focus on your value, and you can assign this value to variable only, clearly. Okay, we can assign this value to variable. But later, if you want to know what type of data type is assigned for your variable, then in Python there is a built-in function is there, type function is there. Type is a built-in function, type of A is there. Type of A means what type of A type? Integer type, because you have assigned integer value. In case if you are making 10.4, I am taking, so what type of A it is? It written float only, float. And in case if you are giving name, I'm giving Durga, I'm giving, what type of data type will be assigned? Python string type only it will assign. In general, as a programmer, if you want to know what type of data type is assigned for your variables, then we can use type function. Type is a built-in function.
which is used to get data type of variable internally, what is assigned based on the value that you will get. So it is dynamically typed programming language, we can say that. Okay, so Python is a general purpose, high level, interpreted and dynamically typed, and most importantly, that is case sensitive programming language, sir. This is also important. Case sensitive programming language. Case sensitive programming language. Case sensitive programming language, we can say that. Yes. So this is exactly what is Python. Okay. So Python is a general purpose. Using Python, we can develop any type of applications. Python is high level programming language. As a Python programmer, you need not to concentrate on low level activities like memory management, security. Internally, it will take care. Python is interpreter based. Interpreter means line by line code will check and execute instead of whole program checking. Line by line code will check and execute. That is interpreter. Dynamically typed means yes, Python is dynamically typed based on the value only. Data type will decide internally. You need not to declare any data type of variable. Only the syntax is variable name equals to value. That's it. No need to use any data type. But in other languages, statically typed. Statically typed means compulsory we have to declare a data type and variable name and equals to value. And case sensitive programming language Python. Case sensitive means what? Any variable or any function name or class name, how the way you declare, same way how to access. For example, A I'm taking 10 value. I'm accessing A like this only, print A. But if I am trying to access capital A, it will be wrong because it's a case sensitive. What case we use it for declaring variable? Small case. But now you can see capital letter I'm using. This is wrong. So how the way you declare variable and methods and class names and any names in Python programming, same way you have to access. If you try to access in different way, it will give error. It will give error actually. Okay. So this is the case actually. Excuse me. So this is exactly Python introduction, just the basic introduction I'm taking. What is what? Okay. So what is Python? You know that. Then why Python actually? Next concept is what? Why Python? Yes. Python generally used for what purpose? To develop application. Python is used to develop, develop, develop applications according to program, according to client requirement. Python is used to develop applications. But using Python, we can develop different types of application. No? As I said that it is a general purpose programming language. So you can develop a lot of applications. What kind of applications we can design and develop using Python? Using Python, we can develop desktop applications. Desktop applications. Desktop application means the application which is limited to particular computer. Okay, either it can be a CUI or it can be a GUI. CUI means console based applications. Console based application means CUI, command user interface or character user interface. GUI means desktop GUI is there. Desktop GUI, graphical user interface. These are standalone applications. Using Python, we can also develop web applications. Web application purpose compulsory we have to use what's a Django framework we have to use. As I said that Django is a web development framework. As I said starting, this course is completely belongs to complete Python and complete Django. Python it will take 45 days, Django it will take 45 days. I'm starting first Python, then after Django. So Django is for completely web application development along with Python. Even though we are going to use Django framework for designing websites or web pages, but behind the scenes internally for making your actions or making your logics or making your some what we can say dynamic content or interaction pages purpose, we need to have some script, that is Python script. So for every web technology internally required some logic code. That logic code should be write using programming only. Okay. So that programming part I'm going to use Python. So without Python language code, we cannot go for Django framework. So Django with Python, we can make a web applications completely here. Not only using Python, we can develop these, we can develop network programming also. Okay. Yes, we can develop network programming. Network programming. Network programming means network engineering. So many people nowadays, network programmers also are using Python script for managing their network related tasks. And even using Python, we can develop very good gaming applications, like rapid application development is possible in gaming wise. Gaming applications we can develop. And most importantly, using Python, data analysis applications we can develop. Data analysis applications. Yes, data analysis applications are going to develop. Data science. Nowadays, Python will play the major role in the data science or data visualization and data analysis part. In our session, data analysis modules also I'm going to discuss, sir. Pandas, Pandas, and Matplotlib, 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 and NumPy. These packages also I'm going to cover clearly. No worries at all. Okay, in our session, data analysis applications, like which are related to Pandas libraries, Matplot library, Matplotlib library, NumPy packages, are these all I'm going to cover here. Okay, no worries at all. And not only these applications, using Python, we can develop machine learning applications and also artificial intelligence. Nowadays, most of the people are using artificial intelligence moving. For them, Python script is required compulsory. And also IoT, Internet of Things, even embedded programming also, they are going to use Python script, embedded programming, VLSI, MATLAB, everywhere you can take Python is there completely. So that's what I strongly recommend. Once you learn Python programming language, so there are plenty of opportunities in outside. Not only you need to settle as a Python full-fledged developer. No, once you learn Python, once you know how to write Python script, you have a lot of opportunities in different areas. Even nowadays, test engineers are going to learn Python because they need to write Python script for test cases. Okay, test cases. And nowadays, uh, most of the companies are prefer to develop their application using Python with Django. Previously, they are having so many technologies, but nowadays they are preferring Django with Python. It's very easy to implement, and time taking process is not at all there in Django with Python, and we can able to develop any application within a quick time compared to other technologies which are existing in market. So that is the advantage. And moreover, Python is very simple and easy to understand for every programmer. Even those who don't know basic knowledge of programming also, for them it will be easy, and easily they can able to survive in IT industry also. Okay, that is the power of Python. It's not a big deal to learn, but you have to be focused more because it is a new programming language. Initial stage, you may get different feel because declaration of the variables, preparing the functions, preparing the classes, completely different approach here compared to other languages. But one thing I can say for sure, compared to existing other languages, Python is the one of the easiest programming language for everyone, I can say. Because what I notice, I know already I have experience to teach C, C++, C Sharp, .NET, not Java, and completely. So based on that, I'm telling you, whenever we start Python, then you can feel very comfort because maximum contribution will come from Python libraries through only. So Python, once we download and install Python software, you'll get plenty of libraries. Once you get plenty of libraries, using that libraries, your contribution will be little bit only. You have to add some extra code and make fulfill of your application development. So that is the main criteria. Why Python is easy? Because maximum libraries will come from Python software once we download and install, and minimum contribution is required from your side because according to your application, you have to write small script only. Okay. And moreover, why Python become popular nowadays? What is the main reason? The main reason is Python supports huge standard libraries. Yes, huge standard libraries means built-in libraries are there in Python. You can take any type of any category of applications. That category application related libraries will be there in Python. So programmer need not to worry. So built-in ready-made resources will be there. That ready-made resources they can use and they can extend their logic. That will be easy for them. But in other languages, that this kind of ready-made resources which are related to all type of applications not there, they should start from scratch. So that's what it's time taking process in other language. But in Python, not like that. You can consider any type of just basic types of application. No? Do you want desktop applications or GUI or console based applications, web applications, network programming, gaming applications, data analysis or statistical analysis, data visualization or analysis part, machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, embedded, any category of application you can choose that related particular libraries are there in Python. That is the big advantage of Python. And Python syntaxes are very quite simple and everybody can understand. So now this is where we use exactly Python, what kind of application development is possible and what is exactly Python, I discussed clearly. Just what is what. Now coming to the features of Python. Features, what features are available here? Important features of Python. So this is just a theoretical part in the demonstration, and tomorrow onwards we'll go to practical sessions completely. Okay, because every beginner compulsory you must and should aware what is what first. Then after you can able to start writing your code. Now here features of Pythons are here. What are the main important features? I'll tell you. First feature is Python is simple and easy to learn. Yes, Python is a simple and easy to learn. Python is a simple programming language. When we read Python programs, like you can feel you're reading some English statements only. The syntaxes are very simple, and when compared with other languages, we can write Python programs with less number of lines. I request you please mute from your side because this session is going to be recording. If you have any question, please type your question in chat box so that I'm ready to give answer. Okay. So your audio should be in mute only because this is recording. Only to avoid noise, I request you to mute from your side. That's the case. If you have any question, you can type in chat box so I'll answer. And also at the end of the session, I will allow you to open your mics and speak with me, no problem at all. That's not an issue. Now coming to the features of Python. Python is simple and easy to learn. Yes, as I said, Python is a simple programming language. When we read Python programs, we can feel like English statements we are reading. And syntaxes are very simple compared to other languages. And we can write Python programs very less number of lines compared to other languages, and it will make more readability and simplicity of program. We can reduce development and cost of the project also. Why? Because within quick span of time, we are going to write Python script. So it is simple and easy to learn. And moreover, another important feature is Python is free and open source, completely free and open source. Free and open source. Free and open source means if you want to start develop application using Python or Django, and you need not to pay to anyone, you need not to take any license from anywhere. Just simply you can visit official website. There is official website www.python.org. Then automatically you will be able to get all the stuff which is required to you. Okay, free and open source. So we can use Python software without any license, and it is a free software. It's a Python source code is completely open to anyone, so that we can customize source code based on our requirement. Yes, based on our requirement, we can customize our source code. Where source code is available, all documentation means you have to visit www.python.org here. This is the official website. It's a free and open source. I'll show you how to go to official website. Go to Google or else www.python.org. Also, we can type it, or else go to Google, or else we can go for download Python. Okay, this is official website. Now you can see about downloads, documentation, communities, success stories, everything will be there. If you want to go through documentation, you can go through documentation also clearly. I'm just clicking on download. This is the latest version of Python 3.9.7 actually. This is the latest version. Okay, all downloads, if you want, you can see these are the Python versions and downloads, release date and all everything. So this is not required for us, just I'm showing official website, and tomorrow it is required because tomorrow I'm going to show you how to download software, install, making setup and start writing our code only. Okay, yes. So this is the official website, free and open source. No need to pay to anyone if you want to work with Python. Okay, so it is free and open source to anyone. And as I said that Python is high level programming language. Okay, high level programming language. Just now I started with Python, this high level programming language only. It's high level programming language. It's a programmer friendly language. As I said that being a programmer, we are not required to concentrate low level activities like memory management and security. It will take care everything internal. Okay. So next, Python is platform independent or cross platform only, we can say that. Python is platform independent or cross platform. Python is platform independent means once we write Python program, it can run on any platform without rewriting once again. No need to rewrite again and again. You can go through any platform. Platform means it can be run on any operating system, sir. It can be run on Windows. It can be run on Linux or Unix. It can be run on Mac OS. It can be run on Solaris, Ubuntu, anywhere. Internally, PVM means Python Virtual Mission is going to take responsible to convert Python code into mission understandable format. That's what it is, platform independent. You can use any platform comfortably, we can able to work with. And Python is portability in nature. Portability means what actually? Python programs are portable. We can migrate from one platform to another platform very easily. Means suppose you are working with Windows operating system, you are writing Python code only. But later your code needs to be shifted into other operating system. Yes, you can shift it. You can migrate from one platform to another platform. So whatever you are going to changes the platform shifting, then no result will be changed. Result will be same, accurate result will be produced. That's the reason I'm saying Python programs are portability in nature. We can migrate from one platform to another platform very easily, and Python programs will provide same result on any platform, no issues at all. As per your comfortability, you can go through it. Now, dynamically typed. As I said that Python is dynamically typed. In Python, we are not required to declare any type of variables. Data type of variables are not required to declare. For example, generally in other languages, people will use like this one. Int a equals to 10, 100. Int is data type. A is variable. 100 is a value. But in Python, just this is required. No need to mention any data type. Because as I said, it is dynamically typed. Dynamically means runtime. Runtime means at the time of executing Python program, based on your value, whatever value you are assigning, data type will be decided for this variable. Okay, suppose a value equal to 100 I'm taking. For this a variable, what data type will decide internally Python? Integer only. Suppose b equals to 23.4 I'm taking. For this what variable? Float only. C equals to something like this only. This is what string will be assigned. We are not going to decide here at the time of declaration integer, float or string. Python will decide internally based on type of values. So in Python, we are not required to declare type of variables. Whenever we are assigning the value, based on the value, type will be allocated automatically. So Python is considered as a dynamically typed programming language, we can say. Okay, yes. Now, as I said that Python is interpreter based, clearly I explain you interpreter and compiler, what is the difference? Interpreter means we are not required to compile Python programs explicitly. Okay, internally Python interpreter will take care of that compilation, and interpreter means line by line code will check and execute. Instead of whole program check and execute, line by line code will check and execute is going to happen in interpretation. Okay, these are the basic and important features of Python exactly. Okay, Python. Now you can see what is the small history of Python, who developed Python, who invented Python. Okay, so why Python name came, what exactly Python supports structured oriented and object oriented and functional oriented. How these features come from which languages, I want to tell you. So actually, Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum. He's the man who invented Python. He's the author of Python. The name Python was selected from TV show, the TV show name called Monty Python Circus. Monty Python Circus Show. When the author was started his programming script, there was a TV show which was running under BBC channel like Monty Python Circus Show. That's what the author was taken the name Python from TV show. He has given for his programming language working title only. So that's what we should call it as Python only. The author Guido van Rossum was collected maximum features from existing languages like object-oriented features coming from object-oriented features object-oriented features from C++, scripting languages features from shell script, Perl script, and also modular programming features from Modular 3. Some different languages. The author was taken features and he made one programming language called Python. But initially Python was not become popular because slowly they started with normal script only, not even functional oriented, not even object oriented. But nowadays, when it comes to Python 2.7 after and Python 3 after, then it become most popular because it supports completely object oriented, structured oriented, functional oriented, everything. We can do anything with Python right now. What we will do with the C#, .NET or Java existing languages, we can do more with Python. And in simple way also we can do it. Compared to other programming language, syntax and structure, Python syntax and structure is very simple. Everybody can able to understand. Okay. So this is the basic introduction of Python. Once again, I'm telling you for late joinees, this course is completely Python plus Django package. Okay. So I'm going to start Python initially. So 45 days, up to 45 days, I'll teach Python completely from scratch to end. And after completion of Python, I'm going to start with Django. 45 days. Total duration 90 days for Django with Python. In Django time, I'm going to cover basics of UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap, because Django is a web development framework which is used for designing web pages or websites. Even though you are going to start with Django, then compulsory you need to have knowledge of Python only, because we are going to write logic part for Python, logic part for Django applications using Python only. So this is 90 days duration. According to your requirement, you can decide whether you want to join with Python plus Django package course, or you need only Python. You can go through Python only, no problem at all. But those who wants to move to other courses like data science or testing or any other courses, you need Python script which you are going to use there. Then for them, I recommend only Python. Or else, if you are not going to use anywhere Python, you want to become a pure Python developer, then I strongly recommend Python plus Django. Okay, uh, this is my side information. So today just I covered what is Python and what are the features of Python and what applications we can develop using Python we discuss. Okay, this is the statement. Python is a general purpose high level interpreter dynamically typed case sensitive programming language. Okay, but even though you miss those who joined late, no worries. This video recording our people will upload in official YouTube channel of Durgasoft. So even you can go through cross verified like this. Now you can see this. Just let me close this. YouTube. Now you can see. You can go to YouTube and Durgasoft you can type. Durgasoft. After that, this is the official website, official Durgasoft YouTube channel, and you can go to videos. Then they have not uploaded because after completion of this session, they will upload my sessions. Okay, playlist or YouTube videos you can go and you can check out Python videos by Mohan Reddy or something. First video they'll upload and you can watch it. Those who not join early, okay, for them I'm saying that. So you can able to use this. But they will not upload all the videos, and my old videos also, if you want, you can go through my old videos, no problem. Already I have conducted many batches. So my old videos you can find out anywhere somewhere like Python long back. Yeah, Python plus Django. This is my old videos here. 8 a.m. recently I have started batches. These videos you can able to follow it. No grammar problem. And spelling. Okay, these are the videos, demo videos. And same like for every batch, they will upload 4 to 5 videos. You can go through it and you can able to watch it now. Okay, now it is your turn. And anything you want to ask me, you can open your mic and speak with me, or else you can type your question in chat box so that I am ready to uh, give the answers to you. Please carry on. Any related questions? And daily session is 9 a.m. It will start at 10 a.m. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And every day session is going to be recorded. Same recorded video I'll send to your Google Drive along with soft copy of material, Python plus Django. In tomorrow's session, we'll see completely how to make Python setup, how to download software and install, and how to start writing Python script also I'll tell you. And before that, if you have any questions related to this session, you can ask me. You can feel free to ask me now. Mr. Abhay, Sheikh, Mahesh. No, Sunday there is no class, only Saturday. Monday to Saturday classes will be regular. Sunday is the holiday. First 45 days Python and next 45 days Django. As your wish, if you want to register with only Python, you can go through only Python 45 days, or you want to go with Python plus Django package, then you can go through it, no issues. But you want to become a Python programmer, I strongly recommend Python plus Django package is better, or else you need to use Python script into your other applications or your data analysis or data visualization or testing. Anywhere if you want to use, only Python is required for them. Any questions?
Hi, I'm Abhay. So I have a small question. So for the fee payment and everything, who do I have to contact? Like, should I just contact them? And like, what is the price difference from just the Java class and the combined class?
Yeah, you can contact our DurgaSoft people, and how you got a mail, then you just reply them. They will assist you how to do that.
Okay, thank you so much.
That's it. And Mr. Srinivas,
Yeah, sir. I have one doubt.
tell me.
Yeah, in the Django we are implementing in the specific any technology or using it in HTML and Bootstrap and like that in the developing and the UX designing.
Tell me. I'm going to cover HTML and CSS, JavaScript based Bootstrap, everything in basics, how much it is required for Django application development.
No. What I'm asking is the Django is a framework. So that framework is a specific coding or is it we can using of in that Bootstrap and HTML CSS coding?
No. Django is having specific code. Django forms is there, Django models are there, but only presentation layer purpose. Presentation means how the way you want to display your web pages to the end user. That purpose we can modify or manage your pages using this technology. Sorry.
Okay. Even the Django we can using of in the Bootstrap and HTML CSS also, right?
Yeah. We can combine this. That's what any not only Django, any web technology you can take outside ASP.NET or JSP or servlets or anything, Angular, compulsory these things required.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Roshan here. Actually, I just want to know whether we are going to develop a live application during this class.
No, actually, let me complete. After completion of Python, immediately I'll shift into Django. After completion of Django course covered, at the end of the course, I'm going to spend on project 1 week sessions will be there. Project session will be there. I'm going to take my own requirements. I have to develop one Django project with Python.
Okay, thanks.
So if I'm taking only Java class, can I come back for that last week to try the project?
So this is not Java class actually. I'm
I mean,
related
sorry,
to
Python. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Python.
yeah, only Python you can take initially. Then as per your requirement, after completion of 45 days, you wish to attend Django, then you can join Django also later. No need to initially register with Python plus Django package.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So other than this, any question? Thanks for attending this session and hope you people will join tomorrow sharp 9 a.m. Okay. So don't be delayed. So have a nice time. See you tomorrow at same time on same link. We'll continue. Tomorrow I'll show you complete software installation and making setup of Python, how to write Python script, what are the settings need to be required. We'll discuss in detail.